Hello, welcome back. Now, if you watched my first video of turning Frutiger Aero and its subgenres into characters, which I totally recommend you should, you guys would know that I really love Frutiger Aero and its subgenres. There are literally no words to describe how much I love Frutiger Aero and anything related to it. In fact, I loved it so much that I made a video turning these subgenres into character designs. And it turns out you guys seem to really like it too. Some people were asking for a part 2 and wanted me to design other characters from other subgenres. So in this video, we will be turning more Frutiger Aero subgenres into humans. These designs were a lot of fun to make, and I really hope you guys stick around to the end to see all of the designs. The first subgenre we are turning into a character is Dorfic. Dorfic is basically Frutiger Aero but orange. Dorfic is more minimalistic than Frutiger Aero, but apparently one of the key values that defines Dorfic is rebellion against corrupt corporations. I never heard of this before, but that sounds really awesome. It makes this subgenre look so much more cooler, and it has a really deep message to it. I sadly just now looked into that after making his character design, so I never really got to add any rebellious motifs, but I still really like how the design came out. For their pose, I wanted to have them look flowy and give a futuristic look. I'm not sure if it came across that well, but I really hope it did. I don't know. I also intended for a fish to be there just swimming there with them. I'm not sure if they're in the water though, but maybe it's a magical fish, I don't know. Now, I did actually notice in the wiki and on Pinterest that there is some Dorfic inspired tech wear, so I just took inspiration from cool tech wear I saw throughout Pinterest. I decided to make these cool futuristic shoes that include water and fish in them. Obviously, they're not real fish, it's just a hologram that looks like there's fish in there, but it's not real. I don't condone putting fish in shoes. I also wanted to add a flip phone as a little accessory to their belt, cause you often see Dorfic imagery in flip phone advertisements and they look incredibly cool. I actually wish ads looked like this, dude. Oh my god, dude, we never get anything good. I saw this image of an orange peel with water and fish, and it looked really refreshing. I'm not sure if it's Dorfic related, but I don't care. I added it in because it looked really awesome. Finally, I added this CD headset. They're not exactly headphones, but I'm not sure what to call them. Maybe they're like those wired headsets. I'm not sure, but I just thought it would look really cool, so I just added them in. Now, I don't really need to explain the color palette for this character. I literally just had to use orange. I of course included white so that there's another color to go along with the orange, otherwise you would just see orange on orange, and I'm not sure if that would be really pleasing to the eye. While I was coloring, I thought the jumpsuit looked a bit bland, so I added this orange streak so you can see like Frutiger Metro or Vector Flourish kind of imagery. It definitely gave the clothes a lot more character and it made them look less bland, so I'm really happy I added that in. I also used the airbrush a lot for this design, just to add a bit more skeuomorphism in the design. The airbrush is literally superior when it comes to doing these designs, especially the more skeuomorphic subgenres, cause I can't keep relying on that blur tool, dude. It takes way too long. And with that, here's our first subgenre as a character design. I think this design turned out really cute. I love how I shaded everything. I actually just enjoyed making this character a lot. It was just a really fun time. And with that, let's move on to the next subgenre. Our second subgenre we are turning into a character is Technosin. From what I've seen, Technosin is mostly popular in games and music. Technosin does have a minimalistic look, but it features a lot of nature and futuristic architecture. Since Technosin is featured in games and music, I was thinking of this character design to have a bit of a more gamer look to them, but I think that idea kind of got lost in the process of designing this character. I wanted this character to have a more sleepy and chill look to them, which is why I have their eyes closed. I'm not sure what I was going for with the pose. I just wanted a really chill and lazy pose, but I don't know, I just did what I could. I really like it though, but I'm not sure what my thought process really was. For the clothing, I gave them this short, futuristic looking jacket with jorts and leg warmers. For the accessories, I gave this character a CD on their head because I thought it would look cute, and since Technosin is featured in games like the Wii, I figured they may as well have a CD on their head. I also gave them this cute clover clip since Technosin imagery features clovers and lots of greenery. I etched in a little power button under jorts, and I had these little keys from a keyboard under jorts spell out tech. Just thought it'd be a cute little detail to add. And lastly, I gave their phone a cute little clover phone charm because I thought just having the phone by itself would be a little bit lame. Now as for the colors, in the aesthetics wiki, they specified that Technosin's key colors are white, matte silver, light blue, light green, and sometimes black. Maybe it's just me or the reference images I've looked up, but I've never seen any Technosin imagery including black. Maybe an exception to that would be the flip phone advertisements, but other than that, I don't know, man. But I definitely included lots of green and white. I made this character's hair white and did some skeuomorphic shading on it, and I really love how it turned out. It gave the look that they were inside a house with the sun shining and reflecting on their hair. I also did the same shading style for their crop jacket, shirt, belt, and leg warmers. I added a little image on their phone and did some skeuomorphic shading on there too. Also, I forgot to point this out, but I did give this character some freckles cause I thought it would look cute. And with that, here's Technosin as a character design. I had a lot of fun shading this character, dude. I can't get over how good the hair looks. I'd imagine they're just chilling in their room playing the Wii all day. Let's move on to the third subgenre of this video. I feel like this is one of the less known Frutiger Aero subgenres. I don't even know if it's actually part of the Frutiger family, but I don't really care. I love this subdesign so much, I just had to include it in this video. Bright Territories isn't much of an internet design aesthetic like the rest of the Frutiger family. Bright Territories is often associated with real life rather than the Frutiger family, which is most known for being seen more on the internet. Bright Territories has a lot of its imagery primarily in buildings with bright colors like green, blue, yellow, pink, and orange. It's basically a sad beige mom's worst nightmare. Since Bright Territories leans more on decor in real life, I decided this character is going to be a home decorator. A really bright and loud home decorator. I gave this character a hat that looks like a little cushion, and I honestly thought it was really cute. I also gave this character a scarf wrapped around her waist, and I wanted to give her jeans a Bright Territories pattern at the side, just to give more color and show off the patterns more. I also gave her a twin-tailed hairstyle, but instead of it being straight, I put the hair into circles instead, just to give her a more unique and loud look. I also added flowers everywhere to her design, since in some Bright Territories imagery, I saw floral patterns, so I thought it'd be a nice little touch. I wish I gave the flowers different colors though, but there is more than enough color in this design, so I don't mind it too much. I kind of just went willy-nilly with her clothes, cause I imagine her to have a bit of a crazy fashion sense. I also had her pose with fabric and pearls cause she is a home decorator and I'd assume she's got lots of interesting ideas to decorate a home. I gave her really bright colors like yellow, blue, pink, and more. I was gonna make her pants pink originally, but I couldn't bring myself to like it that much, so I just changed it from pink to blue. I thought it would have been a fun design choice, but maybe I just didn't choose the right pink. But I do like the blue pants I gave her. I also added this dark red shade in contrast to the colors, just to give some balance, but I don't know if that worked out. Of course, I added lots of circle designs and gave a pretty skeuomorphic shading look to her. I'm not sure if that would have fit with her since you don't really see Bright Territories imagery made digitally from the internet, but I think it would have been okay. I'm not sure if this sub-aesthetic is in the Frutiger family, but I think it would have been fine anyway. And with that, here is Bright Territories as a character design. I love drawing her, but oh my goodness, the colors were so freaking bright, dude. But you know what? It's okay, cause I love bright colors and Bright Territories is really cool. Let's move on to the last character design of this video. The last subgenre we are turning into a character is Frutiger Eco. This is one of my top 5 subgenres in the Frutiger family, cause I love the message it conveys and taking care of our environment. Frutiger Eco is of course very similar to Frutiger Aero. However, instead of focusing on the futuristic look, Frutiger Eco focuses more on the environment and what it would look like if technology and the environment could coincide with each other. It looks amazing, but I know that in reality this would never work out because of AI and gas emissions and e-waste, so it would be nice, but I know it's not gonna work out. For this character, I focused heavily more on the nature aspect. I was struggling a bit with the pose, but I got the pose to a position I somewhat liked and just moved on. For the futuristic part of the design, I pretty much made her a robot. I imagine her as a robot realizing how disgusting and polluted the world is, and she just wants to help restore the world to its former beauty. To add the futuristic motif, I gave her futuristic clothing and headphones. For the nature motif, I added some flowers, ladybugs, and leaves around her. I added 2 ladybugs on her shorts, and I just thought they looked so freaking cute. I really wish I had shorts like this in real life. One thing I kind of regret not doing for this design was adding some blues to the design. I was scared of adding blue because I thought it would look similar to my Frutiger Aero design in the first video. But not adding blue, I think, made the design look a bit stale color-wise. Apart from the ladybugs and sunflowers I added, this design is just green and white. Don't get me wrong, the design looks great, but it could have used a bit more variety in color. Also, I want to point out that near the end of the speed paint, you don't see me adding any skeuomorphic shading, but the final image shows that there is skeuomorphic shading added. At this time, it was nearing night and I was just way too tired to continue this drawing. So I just stopped recording and decided that I would add the shading tomorrow, but I didn't really record the shading, so I'm really sorry about that. And with that, here is Frutiger Eco as a character. This design I really do love a lot. She looks really cute. As I said before, I freaking need those shorts, dude. They're so cute. But yeah, that's Frutiger Eco's design, and I hope you guys like how she turned out. That's the end of this video. If you watched to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I also just want to give a really big thank you to the success of my 2 previous videos I put out, and for reaching 1K subscribers. This is like a crazy milestone to reach, and words just cannot describe how grateful I am to reach this. Like, I'm still in shock over this, dude. Just thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you guys. But yeah, with that aside, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, drink water, and stay safe. I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!